Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone, especially to our lecturer, Madam K, and also our fellow friends. So it's been a while that we didn't meet each other, but it's okay. I hope you guys is doing well and don't forget to stay at home. Okay, so before we proceed to our presentation, let me introduce to you guys about my group members. Okay, so as you can see, we have 4 group members, and the first one in the green suit is Non-Asean Timota. Second one in the yellow suit is Fatih Babeti Ismail. And then the third one who's riding the scooter is Nur Fatih Atika binti Zulkifli. And the last but not least is Fatih Nabila binti Zulkifli. So we're going to proceed with our presenter. Our topic today is education system in non-Asian country, which is Finland and Japan.
Hi, Assalamualaikum to everyone. Also, good morning. My name is Fatih Adiba binti Ismail, and I'm your first presenter for today. Alright, as you can see, the topic that we'll be presenting today is about the education system between the non-Asian country, which is Finland and also Japan. So, as a first presenter, I'm going to talking more about the curriculum, philosophy, and ideology between these two schools. And let's move on to the next slide. Finland and Japan have one of the best education system in the world. This is because of the structure. One of the reason why they become like that is because of the structure of the salary of the teacher. And did you know that actually Japan and Finland pay the teacher like they pay the doctor? And then this is because of the plenty time of recess, the less emphasis on the homework and also tests. So today I will present to you about the ideology, and then I will talking about the philosophy and also the curriculum that been used by Finland and Japan education system. So let's move on to the next slide. So the Finland philosophy in education, actually they are providing equal opportunity for all citizens in the Finland. So they have been given the opportunity to learn in a high quality education and training in a long term. So it doesn't matter what is your age, what is your origin, or what is your wealth or the family. They've been given and they deserve to have a high quality education in the school, because this is all about the quality, efficiency, and also internalization of the Finland itself. Okay, we move on to the Japan philosophy in education. As you can see there, actually there is 8 central aim of education in Japan philosophy. Okay, what can I say? Actually, Japan education system is more about they focus more about the basic characteristic building for their student. So they emphasize more about moral, like respect, responsibility. They emphasize more about the how the student do appreciate other people and many more. So it become balance between the subject that you learn at school and also the rich humanity that you have inside yourself as a student. Next, we move to the core curriculum in Finland education. Okay, so in Finland, They begin on the new curriculum that have been established on August 2016. By that, Finland have been implement multidisciplinary in their curriculum. Okay, what is multidisciplinary learning modules? Okay, multidisciplinary learning modules is about they discuss one topic issue, but they see it in a different perspective or in a different viewpoint. Okay, for example, we have like history class, art class, we have like mathematics class. Okay, so the teacher or the student, we come up with one team. Okay, for example, we choose Malaysia as a team. Okay, and then when the student go to history class, the team is Malaysia. Maybe they can learn about the 20 years back then history of Malaysia, and then they go to the mathematics subject class, and then the team is still the same, but they learn about the statistic of the Malaysia, and then they go to the music class subject, they learn about the who wrote the Jalur Gemilang lyric, all that kind of things. So it means that they have one team, but they see it in a different subject, in a different perspective. So this thing help the student come up with a lot of idea, and it help the student to solve any problem, also the task that be given by the teacher, but in different viewpoint. Next is transversal competences based learning, which is another curriculum that be applied to the Finland education system. Okay, so what is transversal competences learning? This is actually consists the attitude, skills, and also knowledge for the student, and their ability to apply the knowledge, skills, and attitude in any situation given to the student. And next, we move on to the Japan curriculum. Okay, in Japan curriculum, they have been implement the integrated learning curriculum. Okay, according to Monbusho 1998, this kind of curriculum is where the student have to do their own decision. They have to like organize their thought, they have to collect the data, they have to do the research, they have to like relate with all that they learn in school with their society, and also relate all the things that they learn to their surrounding and also their daily life. It's more like student centered rather than teacher centered. Okay, next is ideology of Finland education system. Okay, the first one is equity in education. So what is meant by equity in education? So equity in education is about the principle of fairness, when it's always been used in the principle or anything strategy and program, or etc. Okay, so the first point is high quality education and training. So high quality education and training is like one of the most basic principle of Finland education, where all the people have equal access to get the high quality of education and training in their life. Okay, second one is education, meals, and transportation is free. So in Finland, education, meals, and transportation is free starting from pre-primary school until higher education. And the last one is basic education in Finland is not selective. Okay, school in Finland didn't select the student. The student is being put to the school that nearby to their place, but the student can choose in what school they want to go, because Finland doesn't have a system which they decided which school is good, which is not, because school in Finland is not be graded that way. Okay, so we move on to the next ideology. Okay, the next one is the accountability for teacher. Okay, for teacher, they must have, in Finland, they must have a master degree before they enter the profession. The next one is no standardized exam. So in Finland, they have no exam at all, but they do have a final exam before they enter the college. which they call it as a matriculation exam. Okay, and the last one is make the basic a priority. So school in Finland is not about the excellent marks, but how it's about the make a school feels like home and a pleasant environment for the student. Okay, next we have the ideology of Japan education system. Okay, the first one is quality of opportunity. Okay, so what is meant by equality of opportunity? Okay, in many countries, including US, the student academic background determine quality of education that the student might receive. So in other words, if you come from a rich family background, so you might go into the top-notch school, but not in Japan, which is all students deserve to receive a high quality of education, and also they providing a very good quality in their learning. So in other words, in Japan, you might have poor people but not poor school. Okay, next is effectiveness. Teacher in Japan is very committed with their work, and it's just a very normal environment to see that teacher working really hard. And then since it is a 21st century learning, so the teacher have to increase the diversity in their class by creating a different learning style, also keep up with the curriculum, pedagogy, and also digital resources. Okay, next is manners before knowledge. Okay, in Japan, they didn't take any exam until the student reach the age of 10. And then the first 3 years of school is not about to judge their knowledge, but to establish a good manners and also to develop their character. So they will be taught about how to respect other people, be gentle with nature and animals, and also learn about their culture. Okay, next is individual development. Okay, in individual development, actually, you can see from all the points that I've been said before, it's really reflect on yourself. Means that did you really can bring yourself, or did you really can fit into the society, or did you think that you can bring yourself into the new era or into the new education structure. Okay, and then the last one is socialization. So education is actually a bridge between the individual and to the society. So means that if you really can bring yourself or you can fit into the society, means that you have a really great individualization. So that was my last slide, and I just realized that I said too many next during my presentation. That is not good actually, but it's okay. And then I think we should proceed to the next presenter, which is Izzati. So Assalamualaikum. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Nah lah, kidding. Bye.
Thank you, Adiba. Yes, I am ready. My name is Nur Izzati binti Mohta. The topic is teaching method between these two countries, which is Finland and Japan. First of all, when we talk about Japan country, people will think the advanced technology. But in the world of education, the interesting for us to know that Japan very emphasis the good manner is priority before knowledge. Adab dahulu sebelum ilmu. In fact, in Islam also mention this matter, right? Okay. So that's why in Japan don't get any exam until they reach a grade 4. Kalau dekat Malaysia sehingga darjah 4. Because they are taught how to live. Mereka akan belajar cara hidup terlebih dahulu. Okay class, for your information, this is a picture of school report card in Japan. Kad laporan sekolah di Jepun. These cards are used to assess academic achievement. And teacher will write down, guru yang akan menulis all the evaluation of the progress and strength of individual student in order to let them know their achievement, to set goal and to inform parents regarding their children academic development. And in Japan also, teacher will check notebook, worksheet and work done by each student in order to be aware of their level of understanding. Untuk memastikan untuk mengetahui tahap kefahaman pelajar dan akan mengajar balik dengan betul. For the next Japanese teacher method, apa yang membuat kaedah pembelajaran di Jepun ini berbeza adalah pendekatan, adalah approach yang mereka guna dalam pelajaran dan bagaimana mereka menangani pelajar. Okay, the most country have a hard time teaching because their method lack building the foundation skills student needed. Instead, the Japanese have found out that what is needed are two. It should be student-centered and also teaching in Japan. Okay, the first one is always plan, sentiasa merancang. What is important is that teacher must be always plan the lesson and everything must be planned since day one. Semuanya mesti dirancang sejak hari pertama. Okay, contohnya dalam subjek seni, cikgu tu dia nak mengajar sesuatu tajuk dan bahan-bahan yang perlu digunakan dalam topik yang dia nak ajar tu perlu disediakan lebih awal. Okey, kalau dia tak buat perancangan ni, jadi bila dia masuk ke dalam kelas tu, aktiviti tak dapat dijalankan. Freedom to answer, beri mereka kebebasan untuk menjawab. The student must not be spoon-fed information. They must be able to think for themselves and answer the problem given to them. Melalui cara ini, they will gain a deeper understanding. They must estimate how to approach the problem and the different solution that could be made. This is how lesson studies can help, and all the teachers in Japan gather to find the different ways to improve their method. Okay. The last one is teacher must be open-minded. Guru mesti berfikiran terbuka di Jepun. As a teacher, they must be able to accept and understand how other students would solve the problem and able to show that they are open of any answer and encourage students, make them think and come up with the method. Okay, now we move to the next country, which is Finland, di mana negara ini sangat terkenal dengan dunia pendidikan yang hebat. Dan sekarang kita akan lihat bagaimana atau why student in Finland are some of the best student in the world. Number 1, everything is free. Education in Finland is free. Pendidikan secara percuma tanpa ada apa-apa bayaran. Maksud percuma di sini bukan hanya tertumpu kepada yuran pengajian, but this is include meal and school supplies also. For example, school special bus will be provided as a transport them to school. Okay. Kepada pelajar yang tinggal berjauhan daripada sekolah atau tiada transport untuk ke sekolah, jadi mereka boleh menggunakan bas khas ini untuk ke sekolah. Okay, menarik kan? Di negara Finland, all these costs are borne by the government. Lebih kurang 2% kerajaan Finland memperuntukkan untuk pendidikan sahaja. For individual approach to each student, Teacher will provide an individual learning session if have the student not able to complete any task yang guru bagi. Guru tersebut boleh menyediakan sesi pembelajaran secara percuma. Because in Finland, student must complete the task according to their own ability. For student with different physical, with different mental ability, will also learn together. Next, no competition in Finland, unlike other country where their education system encourage competition. Not for Finland, because they believe, mereka percaya the real winner do not compare, and because of this made them more advanced international education system. And they also do not have a list of the best teacher or the best school. This is because such as competitive environment is not good, and should be the environment for the best education is to work together. Persaingan itu tidak bagus, dan persekitaran pendidikan yang terbaik adalah dengan bekerjasama. The last one I would like to share for you guys is all schools in Finland are good. So, there is no need for student or teacher to choose school in Finland, because all students will go to a nearby school. And there is no elite school. Tiada sekolah elit seperti negara-negara lain. No matter what the student live, they have equal access to a group of quality teacher, the best ingredient and healthy food. That's all from me for today's presentation, and now we move to the next presenter. Thank you guys, and don't forget to follow my TikTok.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to my fellow friend and my beloved lecturer, Madam Khadijah. So, I will continue our presentation with my topic, which is the teacher's qualification in Finland and Japan, the comparison between two countries. Okay, shall we start? So, for the introduction, high quality teachers are the hallmark in Finland education system. Annual national opinion polls have repeatedly shown that teaching in Finland most admired profession, and primary school teaching is the most sought after the career. The attractiveness of teaching likely has much more to do with the selection process, the work itself, and the working condition that teachers pay, which is quite similar that in many other European countries, or simply respect for teachers, because in Finland has very high standard that must be met to enter the teacher preparation program. Just getting in is a prestigious accomplishment. The fact that Finland has moved teacher education into the research university also confers prestige on young people who go into the teaching. Finland is also at the frontier of curriculum design to support creatively and innovatively, which means teachers have an attractive job resembling other higher status profession, involving autonomy, collaboration, research, development, and design. Finland is also willing to trust teachers and their professional judgment to a degree that is rare among the nations of the world. In Japan, Japan is a unique is how when it assigns teacher to schools. Teachers are hired to the prefecture level, not at the school level, but prefecture level are analogous to states in the United States. There are 47 of board.
So we move to the teacher initial education and training. For the first one is look at the Finland. Okay, hold a master degree. Why? Okay, in the 1917, teacher education was moved from the seminarium, okay, or teachers' college into universities, and teachers were required to hold a master degree. Okay, only 8 universities have teacher education program, which is 5 vocational college offer teacher certification for aspiring teachers of vocational subject who already have appropriate qualification from their respective industry. So the quality control and consistent standards are easy to achieve. So let's talk about Japan teacher initial education and training. Okay, for Japan, teacher must hold a degree from an institution of higher education. Any higher education institution, including junior college, can provide the teacher training as long as their course is certified the requirement of the Ministry of Education. Culture, sport, science and technology. Okay, the prospective teacher must take the national center test for university admissions in order to be considered for admission into a undergraduate teacher education program. Okay, the national university also often administer their own examinations alongside the nation exam. While the training, prospective teacher must be take course in both subject, which is subject areas and pedagogy areas, and they will evaluate by an experienced teacher under supervision of a principal. Okay, after graduation from a teacher education program, the teacher must undergo a teaching practicum for at least 3 weeks. Okay, teacher also needs to supply exceed demand. Once teacher preparation is complete, the candidate must pass a hiring exam overseen by the Prefectural Board of Education. In addition, Prefectural Board of Education also typically require a prospective teacher to pass several tests before they are being hired as a teacher, as a pedagogical or subject areas knowledge. Okay, the interview also usually have a demonstration lesson. The requirement vary in each prefecture. Teachers are not automatically hired after they are passing the exam. They are added to the registration list in order of exam score. Those at the top of the list are hired first. Okay, the candidates who are not hired are required to retake the exam for the following years. In 2013, only about 1 in 5 new teacher candidates who took the public school competitive. Okay, there are virtually no classes taught by teachers who do not hold a certificate in the field or subject they teach. There are also no alternative route into teaching field. Okay, so next, once teacher have been hired, they undergo 1 year induction period, which is during this period they are supervised by a senior teacher who act like a mentor. Okay, both new teacher and the new mentor are given reduced teaching responsibilities to allow them to work together on classroom management, subject guidance, planning and analyze classroom teaching. Sorry. Okay, mentor selection varies across prefectures and individual school. Mentor are not given special training or additional compensations. Okay, new teachers are hired on a probationary basis. At the end of the first year, a teacher can be hired as a fully employed regular teacher and have access to all the teacher benefits, okay, including the membership in the teachers union. The majority of Japanese teachers remain in the professional until the retirement age. Okay, so that's all for what are the teachers' requirement, teacher initial education and training. So let's take a look to the teacher professional development. After a student being a teacher in a teaching line, what does they do? Okay, so for we talk about the Finland first. Okay. Okay, in Finland, at least 3 days of mandatory professional development each year. So what do you think? 3 days only for mandatory professional development per year. Okay, professional development requirement differ by municipality. The national government requires each municipality to fund at least 3 days of mandatory professional development each year. But beyond that, time spent on professional development varies widely. Okay, similarly, the government does not regulate what type of the professional development teachers engage in. Research indicate that the average Finnish teacher spend 7 days a year on a professional development, with some municipalities arranging large multi-school training events and other leaving it up to school to develop in a service program. So basically, the development program will managed by the school itself. Okay. However, teacher schedules in Finland enable a great deal of teacher collaboration to support their professional growth. Okay, the teacher day allows time for planning, collaborating, and meeting with other teachers to discuss what are the challenges or such as schools and other profession work, such as reading and doing research. And most of school doing this, okay, doing the research and then do the meeting. Okay, so what does Japan do to in a teacher professional development? Okay, so take a look at Japan teacher professional development. Okay, for Japan, minimum hours for a teacher must spend on professional development each year. Minimum hours. Okay, yeah, in Finland at least 3 days, but in Japan only minimum hours. Okay. Sorry. So, continuing professional development is required a teacher in teaching profession. Okay, professional development program are available at the nation staff through in the nation through the school level, and each local brand of education determines the minimum hours a teacher must spend on a professional development each year. Okay. At the local level, prefectional boards of education plan a daily in service training, and also provide a specific training program for teacher 5, 10 or 20 years into their career. Okay, at the national level, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology hold central workshop for head teacher and administration. So they will go together to develop their professional skills. Okay. In addition, to formal profession development program, Japanese teacher use a lesson plan to learn from college informally. Principal organize the meeting during which teachers varying level of experience identify an area of need in the classroom. Okay, the research interventions option and create a lesson plan. Okay, one teacher then use this sample lesson plan in the classroom with the other teacher just observing the teaching environment. Okay, following to the sample lesson, the group meet again to discuss what are the pros and cons, to reflect and make adjustment to refine the students and teacher learning, and has been adopted in the country. So basically in Japan, the teachers spend more time together to develop their professional skill development. So not like Finland, they create an event, to complete their professional development. Okay, let's continue our discussion about school leader development in Finland. Okay, so principal in Finland are required to have a teaching qualifications to teach at the level of school they will lead. Okay, so the principal must meet one of 3 qualification requirement: a certificate of educational administration issued by the Finnish National Board of Education. Okay, so the first one is a primarily certificate knowledge of Finnish educational law and policies. So the second one is completion of a program in educational leadership at a university. Okay, the last one, proven experience in educational administration. Okay, so the most value part to principalship is through completion of programming educational leadership at a university. These programs are typically 8 months program to candidate enroll in part-time while they are teaching. So the principal will have a part-time program, but they still in a teaching. Okay, they still in a school. Okay. Sorry. Okay, the curriculum at the University Waskaila, for example, focus on management and leadership issues, and requirement principal to participate in a weekend seminar only, and do a field practicum with a cooperating school. The practicum consists of 5 field visit to a cooperating principal, each focus on a different aspect of the job. Okay, student discussions, guideline, tutor who are seniors principal in Finland, many of whom are working towards a doctorate degree in education. Okay, and then a final exam, candidate must develop and present about a personal leadership philosophy based on their own research and experience in the program that they are joining to develop their skills. Okay. Okay, student discussion. Okay, sorry. The principal in Finland are expected to manage a professional by protecting time for teacher to participate in the collaboration learning, observing teaching, classroom, and collaboratively setting goals to improve with them, and identify teacher leaders and giving them additional roles responsibility. As a principal, they have to take a look to their teachers. Okay, principal facilities professional learning, communicate of teacher who are use the opportunities to evaluate their teaching and make improvement regularly. Okay, there is assumptional Finland aspiring principal have already learned many of the skill in a work as a teacher, and will refine their skill in this area through the pre-service and ongoing training. Okay, that's all for Finland. So let's take a look in Japan. What Japan do? Okay, in Japan, specific qualification for becoming a school leader are detailed at the prefectural level. Okay, most of the prefectural require a combination of age, teaching experience. Okay, prefectural are also responsible for develop a competent school leader for fostering their leadership skill. Okay, the leadership development program are often embedded in a prefecture-wide teacher training system. Okay, in a Japan system, a personnel relocation and play a part in development school leader rather than being transferred to a new school. High performing teacher in a middle to late career stage sometimes transfer to administrative office, including local boards of education, and expected to contribute to the prefectural educational planning with their practical experience. Okay, after several years in an assignment, such as an assignment, they will transfer back to the leadership positions within in the school in school. Okay, such opportunities enable education leader in administrative office and school to build and share the vision for planning and implementing educational policies and practice to the school. So the knowledge that leader get while they're having a event, a program, so they will share and practice at the school, okay, with another teacher to build another good system in the school. Okay. Okay, the last main point is the teacher career ladder. Finnish system places so much emphasis on school and teacher autonomy. There are not clearly defined a career ladder. Teachers have to control over their classroom, their lesson plans, and hours outside of teaching. Successful teachers may become principal, whoever are appointed by the local municipal authority. Principals do have decision-making responsibilities for the school budget, but they do not have to great deal of authority with the over the teacher. Okay. Therefore, there is no tradition of principal observing the teacher in order to evaluate the in a smaller school. Okay, often principal have their own teaching load in addition to their other duties. So, the last but not least, the Japanese teacher ladder career. Japanese teachers are able to move up within the school over the course of their careers, with the most straightforward path of being teacher, head teacher, and then being a principal. Within each of these steps, there are multiple salary grades based on their performance and experience. There are 36 steps within the teacher level and 20 within the head teacher level, and then 15 within the principal level. Some teachers may never be promoted to head teacher, but they are able to see their salary climb up about 26,000 US dollar, more than 60,000 US dollar over a lifetime. Okay, specific requirement for promotion to the principal level are set by the prefecture level. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Okay, my name is Fadina Bila bintu Zulkifli. I will continue our present and talk about education in Finland and Japan. Okay, firstly, I will talk about education in Finland. Education in Finland has 4 stages, which is the first one is preschool, second one is comprehensive school. Okay, third one is divided by 2, which is upper secondary school and vocational school. And the last one is University of Applied Science and University. Firstly, I will talk about preschool education. For your information, preschool in Finland is for 6 years old children and is usually organized from Monday to Friday and only have 4 hours a day. And the education at Finland is free of charge, include their meal and their books. Contents of preschool education in Finland is about daily physical exercise and everyday activity, and is also support in learning Finnish or Swedish. Okay, for your information, the aim and key of content is physical and motor development. Okay, next, I will talk about the second stage of education in Finland, which is comprehensive school. Okay, I will talk about their student. Okay, basically, this school is consists of 9 grade. Okay, and divided by 2, which is elementary level and upper level. Elementary level is 1 to 6 grade, which is 7 to 12 years old. And upper level is 7 to 9 grades, which is 13 to 16 years old student. They learn about basic education like usual, which is language, science, mathematics, arts, and also about physical education and health education. Okay. And the last one, this school is totally free of charge, include their food, books, health care service, and others. Okay, I will continue to talk about teacher in comprehensive school. Okay, all the teachers in this school need to have the master degree. And for your information, children will often to have the same teacher in the 6 years. Okay, it's happened because this school needs two teachers to get to know the student well. Okay, dengan cara ini, secara tak langsung, cikgu tersebut akan tahu potensi student itu di mana. Apa kelebihan dia, apa kelemahan dia dalam masa 6 tahun mengajar student yang sama. In this comprehensive school, they don't have examination, and all grades are given by teacher according from student progress in school. Dia memang tak ada peperiksaan. So, untuk markah potensi, cikgu sendiri yang akan beri markah tersebut berdasarkan potensi pembelajaran student pada waktu itu. Okay, the next one is upper secondary school. Okay, this education is free of charge for student, but the student needs to buy book and others learning material by their own. Okay, this education will take about 2 until 4 years. Okay, good language skills are necessary in upper secondary school, which is language of Finnish or Swedish. Okay, di sebelah ni adalah gambaran upper secondary school in Finland. Keadaan di mana ketika mereka belajar. Okay, now it's about vocational education. Okay, in vocational education is about practical hands-on training and learning skill. And it take about 3 years in this education. Okay, in this vocational institute will teach higher focus on job and workplace skill. After this, students also can continue their study to complete a virtual vocational qualification or specialized vocational degree. Okay, this is some example of learning in vocational education, such as in food industry, engineering, and also electrical. And the last education in Finland is divided by 2, which is the first one is Universities of Applied Science, and the second one is University. Okay, now I will talk about University of Applied Science. In In this university is more practice oriented, and tuition also include on-the-job learning. And to complete the bachelor degree will take about 3.5 until 4.5 years. Okay, and if you also want to complete a master degree, you must have at least 3 years of working experience from the same field. Okay, the last one is university. And university is basically based on scientific research. And student, if you want to complete the bachelor degree, it will take 3 years, and master degree will take 2 years. And this university organize English language tuition in some of their degree programs. And complete a master degree, you can apply for the right to complete future studies and earn a licentiate or doctoral degree.